Hey, it's Tyrone Jackson, the Wealthy Investor, and thank you for taking your time and spending a little time with me in this video series, which is all about trading and investing. And I wanted to take some time with you, spend a little time with you to explain why you should be trading and investing, how to set up an account, what strategies you should use, because I have found in all of my years of teaching that there are people who have these trading accounts and then they don't know what strategies to use and how to be successful in the stock market. So I wanted to share with you a little bit of my thoughts, my approach to making money in the stock market, and how you can be consistently successful as long as you are willing to keep everything about stock market trading and investing very, very simple. I'm a huge fan of simplicity. So before we get started, I want to ask you one question. Why do you want to trade and invest? Why have historically wealthy people traded and invested in the stock market? Well, the answer is really, really simple. It's because it allows them to build wealth. Now, my definition of wealth is having more money than you actually need every single month to get by so that your money is making you money. Later on, I'm going to talk to you about more residual income from the stock market so you're making money every single month. But I just want to show you, since most people and a lot of my students love Apple stock, this is Apple stock over a 10-year period, which you can see here. And prior to online and the internet, I know it's hard to believe that there was a time when you couldn't buy stocks online. The stock market was the domain of the wealthy. So they would choose a company like Apple. Here's Apple stock. Okay, back in 2008, that was around $24 a share. For those of you who are a little bit more experienced, you know that this is on a split adjusted basis because the stock has split cents. But let's talk about it as $24 a share. And if you simply just follow this blue line up, we have a little pullback here, and then this is called retracement, and then in technical terms it's called a breakout. And you notice the stock is now around $98 a share. So if you'd like to have purchased something at 25 and now it's at 98, would you be worth more? Would your money have worked for you? Would it have grown in this Apple stock? The answer is yes. So most people want to rush right to how do we pick good stocks, but they may not even have a trading account or a trading account that is set up correctly or positioned so that you can do well. So let me talk to you about basically the three different types of online trading accounts. So you want to know what it is that you're actually setting up when you set up an online trading account and where. Okay, so first there's a place like Jones, and what they are, they're what's known as a full service trading and investing house. And basically, when you go there, you see this guy talking to these wonderful people here. Someone's going to set up an account for you, they're going to know your name. But here's the most important thing: unless you have hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars, you probably will not need these people's services because these folks are what's known as a full service, which basically what I want you to remember is every time they buy and sell a stock from you for you on your behalf, you're going to pay a large commission. Okay? You are better off becoming what's known as a self directed investor, meaning you're going to handle your own money and pay less. Well, back to setting up your brokerage account, there's something also another company which you may have heard of called Charles Schwab, who I like very much. Now, this is interesting because they're what's known as a discount brokerage house, which means they'll allow you to trade on your own as a self directed investor, or you can have expert advice. So they're kind of like this hybrid between Edward Jones. Then there's something like a TD Ameritrade, which allows you to trade on your own as a self-directed investor, and that's what they do mostly are people who want to buy and sell stocks on their own, and they have a service for them, and they're a discount as well. Then there's something called a deep discount, which you see these ads running a lot, and this is like E-Trade. Okay, so what I really want you to focus on are the discount brokerage houses and the deep discount. Now, most people think, Tyrone, I want to pay as little as possible in commission. No, because the less you pay in commission, you're going to give up in service. And that's what E-Trade is all about. There's nothing wrong with E-Trade. The only difference is they're only open while the stock market is actually trading. Whereas if you look at someone like a TD Ameritrade, they can not only offer you what's known as broker assisted trade. So let's say you wanted to buy 50 shares of some company and you didn't know what to click or how to click in your account, you can simply call someone on an 800 number and they'll do it for you. That's called a broker assisted trade. Whereas, and they're 24 hours. Whereas E-Trade, again, maybe you're only paying $5.99 per trade, but you can only call someone during the time that the stock market is open. So cheaper is not always better. I highly recommend, and if you've followed my program at all, you know that I really recommend TD Ameritrade. Why? Because at TD Ameritrade, you can buy and sell stocks, and guess what? You can have your retirement account here and buy and sell stocks in your retirement, and you are able to trade for about $9.95. If you click on pricing, you'll see some scheduling here that'll tell you exactly what the pricing is. If you do an internet trade just on your own, it's going to be $9.95. And then they have a broker assisted trade, which is $44.99. Now, for those of you who don't know a lot about the stock market, these were unheard of before the internet came in and changed pricing, which means that you and I now have the opportunity to what? To buy stocks that we think have the greatest probability of going higher, because now a place like TD Ameritrade allows us to keep our costs down at $9.95. Okay, so just to recap, some things I want you to remember, because being a wealthy investor is all about having a financial education. See, when you have a financial education, you're able to choose stocks that do very, very well, that help you build wealth over time. And a stock like Apple, for example, is a stock that has gone up over time because the company's making money. We call that top line revenue. And what I teach you how to do is how to choose stocks that have the greatest probability of going higher. That is called investing. We're going to buy some stocks and hold them for the long term. We could do all of that at TD Ameritrade. Now, I don't get anything from TD Ameritrade at all. It's just that I have found with the hundreds or thousands of students that I've taught, they get the best service there. And you can even see the 800 number that you can call at 2 a.m. Okay, or 3 a.m. I happen to travel a lot. Most of you know I live in two cities, half in New York, half in Los Angeles. So wherever I am, if I have some complex trades or simple trades set up, or even some investments like Apple, and I want to know when the dividends are paid, I can simply call in to TD Ameritrade. So I make this recommendation more from just experience for me and my students. But to remember, to have a financial education, you have to have the right tools. So now you know why you want to invest, because you want to get in on a game that millionaires and billionaires are in on, and you want a piece of those companies that are rising. You know that you want to be able to choose the right brokerage house, something that's not too advanced here, because you're not going to be hiring somebody else to do the trades. What I want to teach you is how you can actually pull the trigger and make your investments on your own. So a financial education is needed, and in the next video in this series, we're going to talk about how to set up your account. What should be in your account if you want to have exponential growth and residual income in the stock market? Hey, if you like this video, make sure you subscribe to the channel here, or feel free to share it with a friend or someone who you think would benefit from getting that financial education so that you can help them take their life to the next level.